Hey Garth Gang, bit of an absence from me in the last few days, and that is because, as per my Twitter, my sit-stand desk, sit-stand desk, finally arrived, and I spent the last couple of days putting it together, and then rearranging my PC setup, and figuring out cables, and getting rid of the old desk, and then generally just doing some household chores around the house, getting everything sorted and clearing out the trash. Um, Apologies, no Lost Ark videos because I've just not been in Lost Ark, or when I have been, there's been maintenance, and then by the time maintenance is finished, I've not been able to get on because of the queues. So it's been largely a lot of PoE. So what have I been doing in PoE? Well, as per my previous videos, I am a standard player now. So these are all the characters, most of which you have seen in my Build a Day videos. All I've done really, other than the Trickster, which is based on the replica Eternity Shroud. That still hasn't. I still haven't figured out that build. All the other builds have been updated to 3.17 skill trees. I have found a Necromancer build, which I'll go through now. Oh, yes, that is right. I haven't finished doing those sentences yet. Let me just put this on. If I press the right buttons. If I could spell, it would help. There we go. So, this is the Annihilator costume / MTX you get from the set. So it's pure. We've got Annihilator helm, weapon effect, helmet attachment. I've thrown on the Nightfall helmet attachment because it looks cool. Annihilator wings, gloves, Annihilator boots, Thaumaturgy footprints, and Annihilator portrait frame. I also had a little bit left over in my savings, and I brought the enough to get the Imperiator portal because it looks amazing. So that some of the money I got from Ziz was used for that. The rest of it was put towards the sit-down desk and a new chair. So the Necromancer build isn't using any type of minions at all. It is actually, if I bring up the POB, let's just do that. There we go. And I'll find it. Where is the next one? There we go. I'm building the gear, but the gear that I need isn't available online yet. So this is a self-cast Forbidden Rite skill. So we've got Forbidden Rite, Increased Crit, Void Minute, Great Multiple Projectiles, Pinpoint, and Spell Echo. The build I copied this from, which I will go correct to soon. Most of these were the Awakened versions of. And then we're running Divergent Determination, Divergent Vitality with a level 3 Enlighten. And then in our second weapon, we've got Defiance Banner, Tempest Shield, Anomalous Defiance Banner, Divergent Tempest Shield, Default Flame Dash, and the rest are cast and damage taken setup. So in the helm, we've got cast and damage taken with a level 1 Arcane Surge, Anomalous Arcane Surge, level 1 Divergent Warrior's Mark, and a level 9 Divergent Purifying Flame, all at 20 quality. And then in our second cast and damage taken setup, we have Assassins, level 20 Assassin's Mask, level 20 cast and damage taken, Frost Shield and Bone Offering, Phantasmal Frost Shield and Divergent Bone Offering, all at 20 quality. And then our last setup, is all level 1s, Desecrate, Volatile Dead, Cast and Damage Taken, Spell Crusade, with a couple of divergents there. As for the items, now these are all crafted. The PoE Ninja profile I copied this from had way better gear that I'll never be able to afford. So I've just dumbed it down a lot for my budget and the way I play. So we're going for a +1 level of all Chaos Spell Skill Gems with loads of crit and spell damage, Opal Wand with a Harvest Craft of increased AoE per 4% quality. I will, when I get hold of a similar weapon, I will use Hillock and craft that quality up so we get even more AoE. A +1 level of All's Chaos Shield, spell damage shield, Crown over the Inward Eye with Forbidden Right Files and additional projectile, a 6-link Hunter Plate for additional curse. Now this is going to be really hard to get because this is where your Forbidden Right grows and you need 3 green and 3 blue. So good luck on that. As you can see, I've crafted my own here. I've got my 3 blue, I've got 1 green, and then I need the 5th socket for another green, but I run out of jewelers. Just because I'm playing standard this league doesn't mean to say I have what's considered to be standard level currency. Then we have a Dragon Scale Gauntlets, which is strength, dex, life and resists. 2-tone boots with another strength roll with some movement speed, chaos resist, life with the enchant on there. A strength based amulet with more strength, some crit multi, some life, some chaos res, allocating assassination with attribute modifiers and non-channeling crafted, and 2 chaos rings which are basically mana and life recouped, of damage recouped, as you can see on screen. And that one's got strength on it, and then this one is again just life, res, and damage taken recouped as life with a non-channeling skills. The belt is it's an essence craft to get the dexterity on there. You can force dex on a belt with an essence, and then hope you hit whatever res you need on a heavy belt with some life, and then you can craft regen life. The other way to do it is to get the strength and dex you need elsewhere in the build, and then use a different belt and then craft on a suffix of plus strength and dexterity. The original build was using a mage blood, so potentially you might be able to use if you can't afford a mage blood, you might be able to use a HH. As you can see, I don't have the gear. I'm still in the middle of building it, so I don't know whether HH would work with this type of build. But if you've got the currency and you have a HH, by all means, go and test it. It does use 2 inspired learnings. It does use a specific megalomaniac of conservation of energy, enduring composure, touch of cruelty. We do use a Zabakwa, glorious vanity, childless jewel, and then we have a Watcher's Eye. Now again, this is from a what I can only assume is a multiple 100x build that I've copied this from. So that has a triple rolled Watcher's Eye. The important mod you need is a reduced crit strike while affected by determination. Once you have that on there, if you've got the currency to afford a better one, then just go big. That's the items. The flasks, again, the build I copied this from was using a mage blood, which I haven't had yet. I'm hoping to get one. It'd just be, at some point. You can't actually get that craft. This is a problem with PoB. You can't actually get that enchantment on a life flask. It lets you put it on there, but you can't actually get it on there. I've tried, it doesn't work. So, and I'll have to edit it off. Let's just do that now. There we go. You can only get that on utility flask, which I think is annoying. I think you should be able to get that mod on a life flask, because it would work so much better. So we've got immunity to corrupting blood on our life flask. We've got a quicksilver of speed with increased duration reused, sulfur of freeze and chill, granite flask of ignite immunity, and a jade of immunity to shock. I'll roll mine with flagelants, which is gain charges when you're hit by energy. So that's that. That's the brief outline of the items. Here's the tree. So this character was my old Death's Oath character, level 94. I emailed GGG support to rename it to Necromancer Garb, so I didn't have to level a witch, because I have the level 96 occultist now in standard, transferred from 3.16. So I didn't need to level this. I've just done the skills. I wouldn't know how you would level this because it's such a odd build, I suppose. I'm not saying you can't. I just don't know how, because you can't get casting damage taken until you're level 38. So you'd have to get to level 38 before you could even equip all the casting damage takens and the other gems. And then obviously you're looking at level 63 maybe for the what's it? I think these are all level 1s, aren't they? Yeah, so level 63 for the Crown of the Inward Eye, level 67 for the Astral Plate. So you're looking at level mid 60s before you can wear half the gear, depending on the type of mod you're rolling. Plus to get your flasks as well. Most of your flasks are going to be 60 plus. So however you level it, but this is basically the tree. We come up here, we grab Deep Wisdom and Heart and Soul, Arcanist's Dominion. I tell you what, I'm just going to link the POB in the description below rather than going through it, because I didn't level it. I can't tell you how to get the skills. Essentially, one inspired learning sits up there, one inspired learning sits down here. You've got yours backward down here with Divine Flesh. Without that, oh, go away. Let me take it out. Oh, I can't take it out, can I? Because stupid P can't P. It's P or B. My bad. Watcher's Eye down here, which I haven't got yet, so I haven't taken those couple of points. This is a level 100 tree, so you'll have to decide what points you don't take if you haven't got a level 100 witch. And this is why you need the curse effect as well. The person I nabbed this from is in the notes section of this POB. Their profile is open, so that is the profile link. That will take you to the profile and the character. That is a direct link to Ninja along there, and this big long code, if you've got keyboard, go home and then shift end. That is I don't know what that is, but that's I copied that from somewhere. I think that might be the build. But anyway, that's all that's the person who came up with the build. This I think Suffery. Suffery is a profile name, so kudos to them for coming up with the build. That's who I got it from. No plagiarism here. Quote sources where I can. So that's the Necromancer I'm attempting to get together. As you can see, I'm missing a couple of rings, the boots and the gloves. And I want to get the boots and the gloves first because I might be able to get away with doing the rings. And then it'll be the armour. Now this will be a decent armour for me to start off with to see if I like the build. And then if I do like the build, then I'll invest in getting the additional curse armour, which in standard is about 10x. So that's I finally found a non-minion Necromancer build. The Hierophant, is it the Hierophant? Hold on, let me just switch over to the PoE again. There we go. The Elementalist. The Elementalist Divine Eye Fireburst character doesn't work anymore because of the cooldown they've slapped onto Fireburst. It doesn't work anymore. I tried it in a map, and yeah, where previously you could cast one Divine Ire, and then between the Heralds, the Fireburst, and Cruelty, it would kill everything, and you're an auto bomber basically, with the occasional Divine Ire against a rare. Because the cast time, the cooldown of Fireburst has now increased to almost 2 seconds. It just doesn't work. It doesn't flow right. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, because that was a lot of currency invested in that build, and now the build is dead. It is completely and utterly dead. Fireburst, the skill, as far as I'm concerned, is dead. So much for GGG about not killing builds. Fireburst is dead. I'm not sure how you could get around it. Maybe cooldown recovery everywhere might be able to get that cooldown of Fireburst down, but unless that comes down massively back down to 0.5 of a second you can't rely on it. It would be, you could do it as a kind of like extra DPS, but you wouldn't be able to rely on it. This build relies on that to do some of the damage. So if you had a solid build and a spare 6-link staff, a spare 6-socket staff, maybe, but unless you got about 100 extra throw at it to make it really work, to get loads of high gear, possibly custom jewels, etc., it's not going to work. So that's that one. I am working on this, the Herald Stacker, Aura Stacker. Again, I'm gonna bring up the POB because someone has found a way to make it. Now, have I got in the notes? I'm just flicking up to POB, which you can't see. Yes. Right, let me just delete that because that is sensitive information. Right, let's just switch over back to POB again. There we go. So this is the profile of the person that I got this build from, Dennis Drop Mirror, and that's the ninja copy of the character there. But essentially, you end up with a similar build to the old Herald Stacker. Aura Stacker, no, sorry, not Herald Stacker, Aura Stacker. But instead of using voices, you use cold damage into these mana reservation small cluster jewels, with only 2 mediums, one of which is Empowered Envoy with Purposeful Harbinger, and the other one just has Purposeful Harbinger on it. And now again, this is a Scion. This is a level 100 tree. Mine's only level 87, so I've got a long way to go yet. And this is the tree. Again, I'll link this down in the description below. But there's not. I don't think there's that many expensive items. You got a couple. 2 translucent fleshes, a Watcher's Eye, Hazardous Research, Melding of the Flesh. Come on, POB. A Rakata Timeless Jewel, a HH, so good old Headhunter, 2 Call of the Brotherhoods. All's Uprising could be pretty expensive, it's a Zealotry version. Hands of the High Templar, with Aura Gems and Elemental Weakness, and a Nebulous with whichever implicit suits your fancy. After that, you're then just basically looking for res and crit chance, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, now, the helm on my POB is a legacy helm, which you cannot get. But the profile of the guy has got, I think it's a dual influence helm, with minus mana res on there. So don't go looking for this helm, you can't get it anymore. And then a 6-link Saintly Chainmail, with some res and defenses on there. Tailwind boots. Again, the person who I got this build from had the epic 30x boots, Tailwind, Onslaught, Elevated, blah blah. I've gone for the cheap version, which just has Tailwind on there for crit strike, because my budget's a lot less smaller. And then it's just all the cluster jewels. Now you'll probably be able to get hold of these and then roll them yourself, or maybe you'll be able to get them. Basically, all the small cluster jewels have introspection, and then whichever elemental res you need to cap out your elemental res. This is a CI build, so we are taking Chaos Inoculation and then stacking Energy Shield. But as you can see, my version's only got 3.5 Energy Shield. I think the other guys had 4.5. This is definitely a map clearer, from my point, with just under 2.5 mil DPS. Gem wise, we are looking at Sniper's Mark, Sigil of Power, increased duration in the weapon, with Zealotry Position and Frost Blink in the second weapon. The helm has Vitality, Defiance Banner, Val Haste. We don't have haste, it's just the Val Haste. And as high as level clarity as you can manage by, and still maintaining enough mana to cover your costs. As you can see, mine doesn't yet. I need to do tinkering. I don't know what sure I've done wrong, but it was very late at night when I put this build together. Spark, Arcane Surge, Inspiration, Spell Echo, Pierce, and Awaken Cold Pen. A couple of anomalous ones there. More auras: Wrath, Purity of Ice, Discipline, and Smite. The idea with Smite is you cast it once to get the buff, and you cast it again before the buff wears out, or just after the buff wears out, to get the aura, which grants a cast speed, which is why we have the Phantasmal version. Boots, Hatred, Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice, and a Enlighten level 3/4. And any element weakness is coming from the gloves. Now on my Scion, I am lacking Cluster Jewels, I believe, if I remember rightly. I've got my passives done for my Scion, so we go up through here to the Necromancer, and then round here, take Guardian, and then down for the Templar starting area. Obviously I'm missing the translucent flashes because they're expensive in standard, and I'm missing the cluster jewels. As you can see, I've got one done. I've got one large and the two mediums, and then I had some legacy jewels which were corrupted on this actual build, which have obviously rolled over from the old mana version to the mana efficiency skills, and then I've used the Conqueror's efficiency there to try and get the mana down. Now I'm going to need at some point to invest in those efficiency jewels to get my mana cost down, so I can get all the auras on and then still cast my skill. So lots of empty spaces on this tree, but again it'll come with time. As I'm in standard, I have a lot of time to put this build together. I've got some base gear. I picked up a cheap Nebulous. Mine's just got some basic crit chance. That's the only relevant mod on there. Basic shield. Excuse me. A basic ham limit with Champion of the Cause. And then 2 Calls of Brotherhood, which was on this character anyway. I know the gloves are wrong. They were just there to make the MTX look nice. There's my HH, the one and only HH I have. Never had another one. Cheap nasty boots at the moment. Yeah, and I've got a chevrons rather than rather than the actual 6-link chainmail, which is why my energy shield is possibly a lot lower than it should be. But I'll get there. I've got time. They'll need to change. That's evasion rating. It's nice to have the decks on there. I mean, I've got all the gems. Some of them are very low level. Most of them are vendor brought. What am I missing there? Oh, Vile Haste. Yeah, I need to buy that. So that's that one. That's been updated. So that's 2 builds I've managed to sort out. All the others are just updates from 3.16 to 3.17. I don't think there's been any massive changes. I'd already done the heist character changeover because there's nothing been major there. The Guardian, the Dominating Blow Guardian sucks. It's really bad. It is no longer viable. And although people say that it has been replaced by Absolution, I actually don't like any of the Absolution builds because they include spectres and or zombies, and I hate the way minions work in PoE. I like permanent minions, so that's why I've got a Carrion Golem. But even that dies occasionally, and I don't really notice until my DPS is so bad. Then I realise he's gone and I have to recast him again. The simple reason why this is so bad now is because dominating blow you have to get up and close, and you don't do a lot of damage, so you're relying on the minions to come out and then kill stuff, which is fine until you die on a boss and then you're dead. So this was the first character I ever got to level 95 ever. I never got character to level 95 before. I got it to level 95. It was when back in 3.4. Is it 3.4? Oh, sorry, you're not looking at. I'm sorry, I forgot to change the screens over. There we go. That's better. I was still on POB. So this is the dominating blow guardian as per my build today. You've seen it in action if you watched the video. Absolution is now the build really for minions, but those all have. Well, you heard the speech. I'm not sure I'm going to say it again. Let's have a look at my guardian. I may still have the tree. 3.15 is when this tree was first created. I'm thinking it might be 3.14 when the build actually was built by Baylor Mage. I don't know. I can't remember. So much long ago. Yeah, so basically that's what I've been doing. I've managed to get. I've killed the first 2 bosses, so I've got my first 2 void stones. I've got my 3 favourites open here. I've put it on iceberg for the moment, so I've got lots of red maps everywhere. Because I'm in standard, I've got 116 of 117. The only one I'm missing is Doriani's map. Everything, all the other maps have been completed. I'm working on. I think I've even done the bonuses. Have I done bonuses of them all? I think I have. Yeah, other than Val Temple, which the 2 ones I've got are ridiculously horrible. It's just horrible, and that's an unidentified one, so no way I'm running that. But yeah, there we go. I've done all my bonuses. I've done all my unique maps. So yeah, I'm at 116, 117 with just the Dorianis to go, which is ridiculously expensive. Always is, always will be. I've got my 3 favourites open. I'll unlikely to get any more because it's all about killing the Elder Guardians, Shaper Guardians. So I might be able to do that. Defeat a Conqueror of that list. I might be able to do that if I had a Conqueror map. That's never going to happen. I can't kill Sirius because of my medical conditions. I can't complete any of the Cortex because they're all flashing blue light energy. So again, I'll never be able to complete that. I've never killed the Shaper or the Elder. That's Uber Elder. I'm never going to be able to complete the Maven because of the memory game. And I'm going to be able to keep the Fleered. So I'm going to be stuck maybe at 5 favourites, if I'm lucky. And then this is my Atlas skill table. So yeah, it's I've gone pretty much for Rituals, Harbingers, Metamorph, Blight, Expedition, and then Strong Boxes. I'm a bit spread thin. I don't care about bosses, which is why I've not gone up here. Because I don't care about that lot. So I don't care about Shaper Guardian maps. I'm not likely to go up there. I should come up to get more Ritual because I love Ritual. It's just deciding what to unspec out of. I'm probably going to drop some of the Blight stuff because that doesn't seem to be giving me much. I get more out of a Blight Scarab than all these points. This is all the Lockbox stuff which I'm really enjoying. I really enjoy the Harby stuff. I'm probably going to get rid of, not the Harby, the Expedition stuff. Probably going to drop these 3 nodes and this wheel, which will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need to drop a point from somewhere else as well. No, I don't want to touch that. Maybe one of the Harby nodes. Oh, maybe... No, I love Metamorph. Metamorph's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out at some point. I might even look at some of Grimm's videos. Oh my god, I've been talking for half an hour. Whoops-a-daisy. Sorry about the long video. That's basically what I've been doing. As per normal, my PoE profile is open, so if you want to look at all my characters, you can do so from there. I am going to be getting a document together with all my current POBs on it, so I can just link that document via a tiny URL in Google Docs rather than each individual POB. So that should be done over the weekend. Yeah, check out. I've been watching a lot of my two favourite streamers, which is Bailey and Sniz. I'll link their channels below. I really hope you check them out. Bailey is an Australian streamer. He does the filters. All of my filters are based off of his filters. His filters are amazing. They are the best free filter you can ever get. Do not use the base NeverSync filters. They are horrible. If you watch CatMaster's podcast, Fated Connections, Tuna, Crouching Tuna, and Baylor Mage go into why NeverSync space filters shouldn't be used into detail. They have about a 10-minute conversation. Check that out. I'll link that below. And the other streamer I've been watching a lot is Sniz. He is a South African streamer, and his content is amazing. He does a lot of builds. He does a lot of different farming strats. He tests out a ton of stuff, and he's on top of that, he's ridiculously funny. So I'll link all that stuff below. I'll link CatMaster's podcast below. I'll link Baylor Mages and Sniz's Twitch channels below as well. Check them out. I hope you do so. Have a great time. Sorry for the long video. Catch you in the next one.